Many prophets and righteous men have desired to see the things which you see and have not seen them, and to the things which you hear and have not heard them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. May we be well to act according to your holy gospel, through the prayers of your saints. Remember also our Master, O Lord, remember in our supplications and prayers, which of our conjured our cause of salvation and secret for them, bless us, victor them for your hearts of our souls, the salvation of our souls, the hope of our souls, the name of our souls, and the resurrection of our souls.
بخوفنا أمام الله وانصتوا نسمع الإنجيل المقدس وصموا بشارة الإنجيل لمعلمنا ماري مرقس البشير التلميذ الطاهر بركاته
على جميع Eso spira questo piacere, ma abbiamo la fare più facile, non mentre il metro amin.
مزامير معلمنا داود النبي والملك الطاهر بركاته على جميعنا آمين. استمع يا الله صوت تضرعي، الرب هو عوني وناصري، مبارك الرب الإله لأنه سمع صوت دعائي. بارك ولاتي باسم الرب ربنا وإلهنا مخلصنا يسوع المسيح ابن الله الحي الذي له المجد الدائم إلى الأبد آمين. وكان الكتبة الذين نزلوا من أورشليم يقولون أن معه بعل زبون وأنه برئيس الشياطين يخرج الشياطين، فدعاهم وقال لهم بأمثال كيف يقدر شيطان أن يخرج شيطانا، وإن قسمت مملكة على ذاتها لا تقدر تلك المملكة أن تثبت، وإن قسم بيت على ذاته لا يقدر ذلك البيت أن يثبت، وإن قام الشيطان على ذاته وانقسم لا يقدر أن يثبت، بل يكون له انقضاء. لا يستطيع أحد أن يدخل بيت القوي وينهب أمتعته إن لم يربط القوي أولا، وحينئذ ينهب بيته. الحق أقول لكم أن كل شيء يغفر لبني البشر، الخطايا وجميع التجاديف التي يجدفونها، ولكن من يجدف على الروح القدس فلا يغفر له إلى الأبد، بل هو مستوجب دينونة أبدية، لأنهم كانوا يقولون أن معه روحا نجسا. فجاءت أمه وأخته وقفوا خارجا وأرسلوا إليه يدعونه، وكان الجمع جالسا حوله فقالوا له هو ذا أمك وإخوتك خارجا يطلبونك. فأجاب وقال من هي أمي وأختي؟ ثم نظر إلى الجالسين حوله وقال ها أمي وإخوتي، لأن من يصنع إرادة الله هو أخي وأختي وأمي.
والمجد لله دائما.
كل سنة طيبين. The third week of the month of Nisan. May His blessing be with all. Amen. As we hear the gospel of today, they talk about division. God, He said in His gospel, if Satan has raised up against himself and is divided, it cannot stand. And He talk about the country, if the country again divided, and then He talk about the family, if the family divided. Today we talk about the danger of division. The division coming from devil, otherwise nothing else. But if we can look to anything good in the devil, we find the only thing, they not dividing each other. They work together, but they never have conflict. Humans, they can have a conflict, but the devil, they never have a conflict. That's why most of the time they succeed, because they put you in this sin. After you finish from here, they send you to another one, drop you in this sin, and they work as a team. They never have a conflict. They work as a team. So the only thing good about the devil, they work as a team. If we are a human, work as a team, and no one interfere with someone's business, will be successful. But unfortunately, we have a division because everyone he wants to do his own. Today we talk about 4 bad division and 1 good division, the division God wants us to do. Number 1, the division of the person on himself. Inside himself, he has a division. Number 2, the division of the family. Number 3, the division of the country. Number 4, the division of the church. Number 5, we talk about what type of division God wants us to follow. Number 1, the division of the person himself. The spirit wants to control the body, and the body wants to control the spirit. You feed your spirit more, the spirit controls the body. You look after your body more, your body controls the spirit. And that's what St. John, the Labbard, or Yohanna Dargi, he said in his writings of his book. He said exactly like we have eagles controlling dogs, and we tie both of them together. You feed more the dogs and they get heavy, the eagle can take him and fly. You give the dogs only water and you feed the eagle gets strong and can control the dog and they take him and fly. That's exactly with the spirit and body. You look after your spirit too much, the spirit controls the body. You look after your body too much, body controls the spirit. And this was the time of Elijah the prophet. He told them in simple words, why you sit in the fence? If you want to follow God, follow God. If you want to follow devil or the statue or the idols, follow them. But you can't be in the fence. You can't be only follow God Sunday and the rest of the week we are doing whatever we want. We can't only wearing decent clothes on Sunday and the rest of the week we do whatever. We can't go to the club and next day we have communion. They tell you can't do this. Follow God if you believe God is the truth, or follow devil if you're happy to go see him. That's why, number 1, the division of the person himself. And no one can answer this for you unless you're the one to answer what you want. Listen to Elijah the prophet, he said, you cannot sit in the fence. If you want to follow God, follow. If you want to follow the devil, follow. That's number 1, division on yourself. Number 2, the division of the family. God is said in his gospel today, if the house is divided against itself, the house cannot stand. Suddenly, if we have the wife with one opinion, the husband with one opinion, the house destroyed. We have to have one spirit in the house, one unity. We discuss anything, and we take decision for the benefit of the house. Why? Because the first one making a family on the world was God himself. With Adam, God get Eve, and they have a first family. And the first thing is the devil won't destroy the family, because they made by God. That's why you found we have a lot of problem now with family, especially Western society, because everyone he wants to do what he wants. In surveys, it said every 4 family will have 1 divorce. That's in Australia. So about 25% of the family divorce. Why? Because everyone wants to do his own. And the devil definitely make it more and more. So you cannot, and the family destroyed because of selfishness. Someone who wants to only look after himself. Another one, his jealousy. All this one destroys the family. And this happened in the Old Testament. Remember David and his son Absalom? He saw his dad is a king, very successful, he wants to be like him. And he stand against his dad. And what happened to end of the family? They get destroyed. They get destroyed. His dad was walking without food, without shoes in the streets, and crying. And he be against his dad. And the end of the day, his son get killed. And his dad had a very hard time. People used to stone him and tell him, you are man of blood. And because his son stand against him, division on the family. It's very sad. And who suffer when we have division in the family? The kids. They got psychology problem. And the mother tried to grab the kids to her side, and the father tried to grab the kids on his side, and division. They lose everything. One of the kids, I went to Melbourne, was family problem, and I went to drop him. Money, they have a lot of money. Kids, they have 3 kids. But the problem, they divorced. We tried, me and the priest, we sit for days and days. No, very stubborn. To start the court, the solicitor told the husband, you have to put 20,000 to start with. And on what? Who can have benefit in the end? The solicitor and the devil and the family destroyed. But to overcome this ego and selfishness, the humbleness. That's why Saint Anthony, when the devil comes to try to tempt him, the devil tell him, listen, you fast, we never eat. You wake up all night, you pray, we never sleep. But there is one thing you overcome with, your humbleness. If the wife said, all right, I listen to the husband, or the husband listen to the wife, or we communicate together for the benefit of the family, we haven't got destroyed family. But the problem, a division of the family. This is a cancer on our family nowadays. Church very busy. They call Abuna many times. Abuna, he not cannot stay 24 hours with you. Unless you learn how to fix your problem, no one else can fix it. You close your door and communicate. Communicate. Yes, we have bad choice to marry in the beginning, this person or this person, marry this person, but we have a problem, we need to fix it. Division of the family coming from devil. So number 1, division of you or yourself. Number 2, division of the family. Number 3, the division of the country. Of our country like South Africa, black and white, biggest problem. You found Middle East, Christian and Muslim, biggest problem. You found German, East and West. You found Korea. You found everywhere. Devil wants division. Because when they be one hand, they be strong. But when they start to divide, they be weak. And that's what happened. They found anything. We see what happened in Egypt since 2 years ago until now. They never stand up again because the division. The division. But look what happened with the Christians. They burned about 60, 70 churches. The Christian didn't say anything. Devil wanted Christian to fight, so he can be a civil war, kill everyone. But thank God, the wisdom of our Pope and the wisdom of the Christians, they didn't fight back. And if you follow what happened in the internet, they pray in the burning church for the peace of the country. Because if someone humble, the devil will burn. But if both of them are stubborn, the Muslims stubborn, Christians stubborn, they burn themselves and the country. So it's very important. Division of the country destroy everything. Look what happened in Syria. Look what happened everywhere, have a division on the country. They never can stand. They never can be successful. One of the story, a lady take the flight from Johannesburg to London. She's white, and the next seat was next to her a black person. You know, black and white in South Africa, big problem. Big problem. Some streets not allowed white to walk in. Some streets not allowed black to walk in. So her luck to come next to a black person. She was very upset and angry. She called the air hostess and told her, listen, I cannot stand next to him. I cannot. She told her, look, the flight is full, but I tried to see what we can do. She was looking everywhere to find any seat or someone to swap. No one. So after 15 minutes, she came to her and told her, listen, I did my best, there is no empty seat. But when I talked to the captain, he said, who doesn't want someone to sit next to someone who don't like him, who doesn't want a conflict or problem. We offer, someone from economy, we have empty place in the first class. We never do this, but who doesn't want any conflict. And she told the black man, please, can you get your bag and come with me, we'll put you in the first class. And she teach her a lesson. And people who was hearing the story was clapping for the air host. A conflict. How I cannot stand my brother in humanity next to me. A conflict. Who made this our brainwash? The devil. He's a human like you. Black or white, any color. We have to respect each other. We live together. That's why society is very successful. We have too many different races, too many different kind of people. We have very strong anti-discrimination policy to respect everyone in the school or work or anywhere. Division of yourself, division of the family, the division of the country. Division on the church, very important nowadays. The devil try persecute the church in the beginning. The more martyr and more persecution, the church gets stronger. So what he did, he started to divide the church. Council of the church during the time of Nasrur, the divinity of Christ, one nature or two nature. Since then, the church started divided. In 1600, the Protestant church come again divide. And the more the church get divided, the more get weak and weak. The church division on the service make the service weak. Everyone he thinks he do the benefit of the church. But unfortunately, they only do the benefit for themselves. When I was in theological college, one of the church in Shobra, they called El Malak Aad Bek. And they want to ordain a priest. One of them was our friend on the year above us, and the people want him. The people in the church want another one. And in the meeting with His Holiness, they have a problem. They said, no, we need this person. Another group, no, we need this person. His Holiness is very wise, and he know we can't do something, because if we ordain this person, these people can get upset. If we ordain this person, these people can get upset. So what he did, he said, I will ordain both of them. But if I hear these people follow this one only, and these people follow this one only, I will move both of them. And he solves the problem, Mr. Lord. He know if we have division in the church, or people they follow this or that, and this was the time of St. Paul. Some people they said we'll follow St. Paul, some people will say we'll follow Apollos. So St. Paul he told them, who's Paul or Apollos? We both servants of God. You cannot come to the church and you want to own your idea, and I do the benefit of the church. Don't worry about the benefit of the church. You need, number one, to look after. We doesn't want the division of the church, and we need to listen from the hierarchy of the church what you're doing is good or not. That's why the Coptic Church until now, since we received it from Saint Mark until now, will not have any change happen, because we have very strict policy. If everyone who wants to do his idea will be like Protestant 160, 170 church. No, we cannot do anything unless we check with our hierarchies people. During the Pope Carolus V, not the sixth, the fifth, was very holy person in the small cathedral in Alexandria. They got very spiritual person, the garden man, the one who waters the plants and look after the plants. This man every night he go and water the plants. And he used to see St. Mark with his incense go around to protect the church and pray around the church. So the Pope, he tells them, this garden keeper, how are you, how's everything? He said, I'm very upset. He said, wow. He said, last 2 days, I didn't see St. Mark. He told him he used to see him, he said, every day. But last 2 days, I didn't see him. He told him, pray and we'll see what happens. The Pope started asking, he found the two priests of the church, they have conflict together. Because they have conflict, St. Mark, he disappeared, he not appear anymore. So the Pope sit with them and solve the problem and ask this garden keeper, how are you going now? He said, I saw him yesterday. The division of the church keep even the Santa away from us. Keep away the blessing of God. So division of the person himself, division of the family, the country, and the church. What type of division God wants us to do? God, he said, I have come to set a man against his father and a daughter against her mother. What does this mean? They tell you, anyone come with new religion or something different than what you learn, keep him away. Anyone to tell you to follow something different than what you learn, keep him away. That's what he told us. Even your parents told you do something wrong, you cannot do. Ask the church. If your mother or father something regard your faith or religion, don't do. That's what God told us. This is the division God he told us to do. Keep away from someone who change you. We come with some people. I was sitting with someone yesterday. We have, after work, we go coffee together with a student. And one lady, African, she come on the coffee shop. I told her, you brave to do this. We have Muslim, we have Christian, we have a multicultural student. And she come and she started preaching them about Christ. So I can't speak anything because, I'm not in my position to say something, but we can discuss. One of the students was asked, he told him, I am follow James, the brother of Jesus. Why you follow Jesus? I follow his brother. And they not understand, Jesus have no brothers. You feel sorry for these people. They mislead. Some people like this, if they believe in this, what you can do? They get misled. Division. Anyone come with different religion, different faith, or different dogma, God has said you. He said here, I have come to set a man against his father or a daughter against her mother. San Macarius is the one we celebrate his feast today. One day he was walking in the desert, he saw the devil started making a trap everywhere. He told him, who can escape from this trap? He heard a sound from heaven. He said, the humble people. The humble people. If we have a humble servant, our church should be one unity. If we have a humble husband and wife, our family be one unity. If we have a leader in the country, only want to look after the country, not himself, we have very successful country. We want to learn today how we live in unity. We ask God during the Mass, God please keep the division of the evil away from us. And we pray for the peace of the church, peace of our country, and will be one unity, home, society, work everywhere. Glory be to God forever and ever. Amen. And please pray for me.